Xbox 360 and PC, as well as Sony's Uber console. Today we bring you the first ever video review of Devil May Cry 4. Also on the show we go dark, new military shooter conflict with denied ops. We go far, far away for our preview of Lost Planet on PS3. And we go home with ET. No we don't, we go home with Andy X. What's that? Find out later. This first. Now this, people, is our review of Devil May Cry 4 on the 360 and PS3. It's going to be a slightly different review to normal. Why? Well, I'll explain. The creative bunch over at Capcom HQ have given us a list the length of Dante's sword of things that we're not allowed to tell you. Most of these no-nos relate to the storyline. They're so strict that the only thing we can tell you without fear of legal reprimand is that you play a character called Nero. At the beginning, Dante, the game's old protagonist, is seen to assassinate one of the Order's high priests. And as you can see here, you set out on a mission to quickly at me. Time to move on. Needless to say, we know the story, and it's very compelling and engrossing right from the beginning.
Hey. What's your name?
Nero. You're Dante, right? Not a bad name. Nero's yours.
What a touching exchange. So let's start with Nero. Now, being a new character, he of course brings some new abilities to the series, mainly in the form of the Devil Bringer. You see, Nero is no ordinary human. What would be the fun in that? He himself is part demon, which you can tell by his strange glowing arm. Now, just like in the previous games, you're given a sword and a gun with which to rampage, and as before, these can be upgraded as the game progresses by collecting souls for trade. The Devil Bringer is a technique you earn and learn in the early stages of the game. It allows you to grab enemies from a distance, and if light enough, you can bring them to you and then unleash. If the enemy's too heavy for this maneuver, then you're whizzed over to them. It's not a radically new ability and has been seen in many games before, but it's an enormous help to our new hero, allowing him to breeze through the enemies at a rate of knots, and it can be combined with other moves to form some very effective combos.
Yeah, it's cool.
There are other uses for the arm, like the ability to grab these blue lights to drag yourself across otherwise uncrossable areas. Again, not new in gaming, even the likes of Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank has this lassoing technique. Devil May Cry 4 also uses a time shift machine very similar to the one used by Clank in the latest PS3 Ratchet game. And that's it, the nail on the head really. This is a good game in a great series, but it's nothing new. When you see vistas like this, you could think the levels are all very expansive, but in reality you usually have quite a limited path to follow. Room to room, corridor to corridor, there's a lot of running about going on, with often not a lot going on. Enemies have been seen before as well, either from Devil games past, or just remind you of characters from Harry Potter movies. Even the bosses, as impressive as they are, don't really cut it. Yes, they're big, but to a half-demon like Nero, they don't scare. Weak spots are easy to find, and ultimately they're easy to defeat. There are two difficulty modes, Human and Demon Hunter, but even Demon Hunter's only slightly more difficult. In later levels of the game, you get the chance to play as Dante, which is quite exciting to begin with, but like us, you may soon find yourself missing Nero and his Devil Bringer. Dante's slicker gun skills, as demonstrated here, provide scant consolation. And for a final moan, the puzzles throughout are all a bit disappointing. The ones where you have to repeatedly push around these gyro blades are frankly about as interesting as contracting the mumps. The bit with this preposterous board game doesn't fit in with the rest of the storyline, and it's altogether a bit too easy. Then there's all this disappearing walkway business, which is infuriatingly frustrating. And this choosing the correct path puzzle is just random, and there's no real skill involved. A bit